Hello there, my beautiful souls. My name's Hunter from Hunter's Healing Heart. I'm a health, wellness, and Ascension coach helping you rise towards your highest frequency, vibration, and truth. And today, we're going to be talking about feminine ascension and honoring accountability. Ladies, this is a trait that you have to develop and you have to encompass if you want to be high value, right? Now, you're lucky because your options are going to be significantly higher than men. The validation that you get significantly higher in what you're perceiving, and also your ability to get into new relationships and for things to unfold for you when you have your beauty, when you have your radiance, is going to be exceptionally higher than men. Exceptionally higher. So it's easy not to take that accountability because you have all these experiences, all these moments, all these opportunities continuously unfolding for you. You could keep seeking it, and not have to change anything. There's no incentive to change, but you have that value, right? The true magic is when you start taking accountability, your value is going to become even stronger, more resonating, more powerful, because you are honoring how you are showing up in those environments. And so when you get to repeat them again, you are going to become from a place that is much more balanced and integrated. And through the work of healing, taking ownership, you will know what you're seeking internally, and then the right environment will find it. And you understand that conflict, disagreements are part of the process of growing, of being your most true, authentic self. And if you take accountability for yourself, you're going to start doing accountability in the rest of your life. And with this, ladies, it's hard taking accountability, because it means, hey, I was in the wrong here. I made a mistake. I'm not living my life towards my highest truth or integrity. I hurt this person. I caused pain. I mean, the list goes on, right? But with that, you get an accurate roadmap of where you are at. Where you're at, and it gives you the steps to try and improve, right? And I saw this thing, and it's so criminal. And these are more unconscious talk shows, but they're asking women to rate themselves, and every single one of them is almost like, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10. And it's like, you know what? You got to have the confidence. You got to have the swag that you're a 10, right? But to say that you are the absolute best woman on the entire planet is ludicrous. Ludicrous, because it doesn't give you anything to work towards. It doesn't give you anything to start stepping to growing. And that's where accountability comes from. Facing yourself, feeling the fullness of yourself, embracing the fullness of it is so profound, because you're going to see where you're at, you're going to honor it, you're going to love it, and then you could start building with it. And especially with connecting to the men in your life, we live in a much different reality. People aren't going to bail us out. Society doesn't care. And ultimately, we have to face the consequences of our actions immediately. We don't get bailed out. And so having a man go through that, it's challenging. It creates more energy and attention in a relationship. So if he has to do that for himself and for you, it's going to be very draining on him. That's the last thing you want. You want to make your man's life as easy as possible, and you want to separate yourself. You want to differentiate yourself. Most women do not encompass this because they don't have to. So if you start doing it now, especially when you're in your prime, a lot of momentum's going, it is going to allow you so much more momentum, so much truth, and high value men are going to recognize it. Wow, this girl takes ownership. She takes accountability how she shows up. And a couple stories that I'll tell you is, I'll tell you some good and some bad, right? There's this one gal, and I know she's been through a lot, and she's grown a lot, and we were intimate, and it was more so a fling. And I decided to end it because some of my wounding came up, and this was an abandonment wound, and I would self-sabotage and yada yada. I decided to end it. And, you know, I knew I liked her, but I didn't love her. And she's a beautiful human being. We had some good moments. And afterwards, she asked, like, hey, Is there anything that I could have done to be better so I could take that, honor it for my next relationship? And I stood there in the moment, like I glitched out. I freezed. I was like, did she just ask me that? Oh my God, that question shows me everything she is. And it was so profound. And I gave her a straight up answer, but I was left in awe for her to take accountability, how she was showing up and what she could do better for next time. It was very profound, and my respect for her has immensely gone up. There was another scenario with a gal, and this was business. She ended up costing me a business opportunity. She didn't reach out. She more so ghosted or avoided, and I had to follow my business elsewhere. And I was lucky I was able to make it happen, but I reached out and communicated my truth. And what she did is she took accountability, she took ownership, she apologized, and she said that's something she's working on. And in that moment, I will never work with her business-wise again, but my respect for her and my integrity for that relationship has gone up tremendously, all because she took accountability, she took ownership. And I know in the future, we have a capacity to grow, we have a capacity to evolve. And it was such a beautiful moment of intimacy in that moment. And I've been on the other side of the spectrum where I'm in relationships and the girl, for whatever reason, has more avoidant tendencies and just refuses to take any accountability or how she's showing up, blames me for everything. And it was so chaotic, so much drama, and I stuck in it for the name of love. A huge lesson that I had to learn. Love men, all your women are seeking it, but it can never come from the love of yourself and the love of God. Those two have to be a priority, and they have to be first before the love of your woman, because it opens the door to more chaotic and destructive behavior patterns. And so with this, ladies, and the accountability, it takes a while to grow, it takes a while to cultivate, but just start right now. And ultimately, you want to get to equilibrium, right? You have one side of the spectrum, I'm going to take no accountability, zero, none whatsoever, destructive. But if you take accountability too much, that's also destructive. So to get to equilibrium, what needs to happen is just for a while, take accountability for everything that goes wrong in your life and where you are at in your life. Make everything your fault. You didn't get the job you wanted, it's your fault. You didn't get the man that you wanted, it's your fault. You don't have the body you want, it's your fault. And by you doing that, you're taking your power back. You're taking your truth back, and it allows you to take action to change your life and to grow and to evolve and to build skills and tools that you need to cultivate that. And that's really what it is, guys. It is certain skills that you need to develop to cultivate a man and to really build a relationship with a high value man. And accountability is one of those, right? And I promise you, as you start doing that for your own life, and when you have those moments within your relationships with men and you start acting on it, I guarantee it, he's going to be like shook. He's going to like freeze, because it's so rare. It's so rare. It is so rare, but you're not doing it for him. You're doing it for God. You're doing it for yourself, and you're doing it for your relationships. And so through this journey of accountability, becoming your best self, becoming a high value woman, I'm not saying this for the perspective of just men. I'm saying it for something bigger than yourself, God, for your highest, most full expression of who you are, for the highest truth, putting the ego aside, doing what is best for your mission, why you're here, and then for the men in your life as well. It's all together. And so that is what I mean, a high value woman, and cultivating accountability. Because men, we're relatively simple creatures, and what we seek, values. It will completely change the game. So I'm excited for you to embark on your journey of accountability. I'd love to hear stories, ladies, of in terms of your experience with accountability. Has a man called you out on it? Have you had experience where you're the one taking accountability and your partner isn't? I would love to hear more so we could grow together, share our experiences, and help us evolve. I do offer one-on-one coaching for you guys to truly step into your fullness. We'll break down where some of your disempowerments are, what beliefs are no longer serving you, what relationships need mending to really be integrated and whole. I'll hold you accountable every single step of the way. I am having a live tomorrow on Instagram at 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, and we're just going to be talking about some of the lessons, prayers, intentions for us to prime ourselves for the week. So I do offer that as well. Always choose your light and empowerment. It always starts with you. Blessings and much love.